What's up everyone, it's Marco from PhoneDog.com and welcome to day 11 of the HTC One challenge. Now I've read a lot of your comments and tweets to my Twitter account and the comments on the previous HTC One challenge videos, and a lot of you guys have requested a video all about the build quality and really how much I like the build quality of the HTC One. Now a lot of you guys already know that I'm a huge fan of the iPhone and any phone really that's built out of metal, like the Oppo N1, the Find 7a, the Find 7, and this guy, the HTC One. Now, many of you guys at PhoneDog.com loved the original HTC One M7 just like any other phone. It was one of the best Android devices in my opinion. It was built out of primarily aluminum, a bit of polycarbonate, but it had a very nice build. It felt very solid, but it did have some fragileness to it because, again, it was built out of glass, aluminum, polycarbonate, things broke, and the HTC One did not make anything better for those fragile people who are afraid to break their cell phones because, well, 90% of the HTC One is made out of basically aluminum. And one thing that really bugged me about the HTC One M8 is they took away the flatness of the edges. So what I was talking about is on the HTC One M7, it was actually made out of polycarbonate and it was actually had an edge. So you had something to grip on, and the HTC One M8 is all smooth and metal. So it's very slippery, it's very awkward to hold in one hand sometimes, especially if you have smaller hands like me. I'm only like 5'5", so my hands are pretty proportionate to my body, but holding this phone one-handed could sometimes be a little bit scary, especially because it has a bigger display, 5-inch display, which means you can't really reach the corners with my fingers there, so I have to use it two-handed, which I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. I've used it for a pretty good deal of time now, almost 2 whole months, and I like it so far, but it just kind of bugs me having to use two hands to use a cell phone. Now, that's not only for this cell phone. I use that for the S5, but the S5 has a little bit more grippy material, and a lot of you guys have also asked me, how is this compared to something like the Samsung Galaxy S5 in terms of the build quality? Now, if you're talking about pure build quality, how premium a phone feels in your hand, obviously the HTC One would win because, again, it's built out of aluminum, it's made out of metal, it has glass and polycarbonate, while the S5 is built out of primarily plastics and plastics, really. Other than that, I would actually say the HTC One is a better built device, but if you are more, what do I want to say, not safe if your device is, the S5 would be a better choice because it is made out of that rubberized plastic, so it probably can take a lot more abuse than the HTC One. And one more thing I wanted to mention about the build quality of the HTC One is the weight of the phone. The iPhone 5S is a pretty lightweight device, mainly because it's a pretty small device, only having a 4-inch display. There's not that much mass to it. The S5 having a 5.1-inch display is also a very lightweight phone because it's made out of plastic. This has a 5-inch display and it weighs like it has a 6-inch display because, again, it's aluminum, glass, polycarbonate, and all of those are heavy substances, and it is a weighty phone. It's definitely not the lightest phone in the world. You can definitely feel it in your pocket more than the Samsung Galaxy S5, not only because it's thick, because it's heavy. So if you don't like heavy phones, or you kind of wear baggy pants or something like that, this will weigh down your pants. I know it sounds really funny to just say it because it's only a cell phone, but it is a pretty heavy phone, and it might bug a couple people to have this in their pocket. So let me know if you guys want to see something specifically on the HTC One M8 in my challenge. I know I'm going to have the software coming very soon. I'm going to be talking about Sense 6 and living with Sense 6. I'm also talking about battery life, which is a huge concern for a lot of people. So far, as a sneak peek for you guys, I have no complaints about the battery life on the HTC One. So let me know what else you'd like to see in the HTC One M8 challenge in the comments below or my Twitter account at PhoneDog_Marco. And for now, my name is Marco Hanna from PhoneDog.com, and I'll see you guys in the next video.